technology. Who can keep up with it? What's cutting edge today is obsolete tomorrow. Tom Stanek's home is a testament to this never-ending evolution. From photography to communications and transportation, I couldn't wait to dig into this archive of outdated achievement. Tom, you're my kind of guy. Stuff everywhere. But, uh-oh, you got one of my favorite things, an Oliver No. 9. It's a downstrike typewriter. Oliver, a company that began making typewriters in the 1880s, numbered their typewriters. There was Oliver No. 1 and No. 2, and this is a No. 9, the most popular of all the Olivers. The tragedy is that to the typewriter collectors, there's little or no interest in them because they're so common, they all have them.
Okay.
On the other hand, to someone who wants just a neat conversation piece, I think it has a value beyond the typewriter value. I mean, in a typewriter book, it'll book at $25, $35. To a decorator, I like it as high as maybe 40 to 50 bucks.
Okay.
And it's just fun for what it is, and you enjoy it, obviously. Now, oh, hey, look what we have over here. This is a little toy typewriter. How did you get this?
Well, believe it or not, I did not grow up with this, although I could have, because I had one something like this.
Well, I remember playing with one like this, too, and it was older than I was because it was a hand-me-down from my mother's brothers. I like this one probably into the 1930s. Simplex typewriter No. 3, and it is a little toy typewriter, and the way it works is you turn the lever like this, and then you'll press down on the pad, and the pad will move over, and eventually you will type something, assuming you keep it inked up. And here you have this wonderful Oliver No. 9, and we're talking about values, 35, 40 bucks. And here's a little kid's typewriter, and now we can talk about 65 to 85.
You're kidding.
Well, no, I'm not. In this case, the toys are better than the real thing. It doesn't always work that way, but it does in this instance. If I see something fun over there, an old camera, let's go have a look at your camera.
This is a Graflex, and they called it a stovepipe.
Oh, because, yeah, the top comes up, and you can view down in through there. It's by the Fulmer Company up out of Rochester, Minnesota. And this is a little plate camera. It looks like about a 3x5 plate on the back. And let's take a look at the lens here. Yep, just a good standard fixed lens on it. A great little camera of its time, probably from the 1910-20 period. Now, how much did you have to pay for it?
About $240 for this one.
Yeah, and it probably is going to book a little bit higher than that. But the tripod is also terrific. That just says to me, again, maybe 1930s, 40s. Did you get that at the same time as the camera?
Yep, sure did.
And all as a package? Yeah, I think the tripod alone is probably another $35, $45.
Okay.
Wonderful little piece. Let's see what else we've got. Let's check another room out.
Sure.
Tom led me downstairs to check out a bicycle from 1948. Oh, look at this. They must have been a lot smaller then. Still, I like this one to the tune of $50. Tom, a wall full of stuff in here and tabletops as well. Hand me that.
Sure.
Now, what are you doing saving these old personal recording devices?
Well, it's just something that technology has changed again over the years. These are now tiny, and they're a microchip that'll last 90 minutes. And these things would last, I guess, 15 on one of these tapes.
Actually, these didn't last more than about 5 or 6 years, did they? They were obsolete almost the day they were put out.
Yeah.
There's not a tremendous value to them, at least not at this point. I mean, maybe at most 10 to 15 bucks, maybe 25 to somebody who's into this type of thing. But I'm glad somebody's saving them. They're an important part of our technological history.
Sure.
Speaking of technological history and obscure things, look what you have here, an old check writer. And this is old compared to that other one, long before me and thee, even if you combined our ages, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, this, we're probably talking beginning of the 20th century, late 19th century. This is a check writer. Not tremendous value in America. Tragically, the biggest collectors for this stuff are the Germans. Where'd you wind up with this?
Well, you mentioned Germans. This came from Weisel Sausage in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which was a company I owned. It was a 100-year-old company. This was in the safe.
Okay.
Amongst all kinds of other dusty old things.
And so you couldn't throw it. That was one of the company assets.
Absolutely.
And it's a wonderful piece. Again, great conversation value. I like it to the tune of maybe $35, $45. In Europe, it would probably be double that. But Tom promised me he had one more amazing example of technology parked in his driveway. And wow, did he ever? What a wonderful car. Now, how'd you wind up with this?
Well, this is a replica of an AC Cobra SC.
Okay, now these things cost new about $35,000, $40,000.
These do. Now, if you were looking
No, not the originals. They're $500,000 or more.
Yes, sir.
But these hold their value very well, too. You know, if you drive it well and take care of it, you can get out what you have in it with no problem at all.
Should be able to, yes, sir, as long as you don't beat it.
Then, much to my delight, Tom offered to take me for a spin. After all, I always say the real value of treasures comes from using them. And that's a point worth driving home. Here we go. Whoa! Coming up.